decided was I had a responsibility to take a stand for my own self-care, and I had to figure out for myself what it was. You know, so before I was really good at it, I would say to my husband, you know, what do you think you want to do? And he would say, well, what do you want to do? And I didn't always know what I wanted to do because I wasn't doing anything that I wanted to do. Most of what I was doing was revolving around like, well, we'll see when Patrick's free. And that's how I would decide what we want to do. But once you start dating yourself and realizing what you love to do, then you add that value to your relationship. And I want to say it's a really powerful gift that you're able to give your partner. And sometimes we don't think about that. So whatever you do for you is what you're able to give to your partner. And I found that Pat felt a tremendous amount of pressure, having to plan dates all the time, trying to read my mind to figure out what I might want to do when I really didn't know what I wanted to do, right? Anybody guilty of that? Okay. But the moment that you begin to date yourself, you become clear and you begin to add value to the relationships that you have. And that means not only your partner, right, in dating, but also to the value with your children. So my children, when they were young, I would take them on these small hikes, right? And we would go on these little hikes right at the Arboretum, Silverian Arboretum, real simple, really easy. And I remember them saying to me at one point, so, you know, we go hiking all the time. We introduce you to hiking. I was thinking, well, no, that's actually not true. You guys only love to hike because I love to hike. So, you know, kids claim everything, every success, every mountain. But the reality is, what I've been able to see in them is that the things that I love, I'm able to share those things with them. And so your self-care is not selfish. So if you've ever struggled with it being selfish, it isn't selfish. What is selfish is not giving all of who you are to your children because you do not know who you are. To me, that's selfish. And therefore, your children grow up with a mom that they really don't know. They don't know you. They didn't know you painted. They had no idea you danced. They didn't know you ran track. And it's another experience that you can have with your children. Does it make sense? Mm-hmm. All right. Does it make sense? And it's such a cool, it's such a cool thing. And I love being able to share different parts of my life with the children. My son, my 8-year-old son, Matthew, who's just a character, right? Matthew's a trip. He's a trip. Okay. And Matthew, mom is an average triathlete, so I am not on the fast track to be on any poster or magazine for my athleticism, but I do it, okay, because I love it. But Matthew, according to Matthew, I am a #1 triathlete. So it's so funny. Okay, so one year I finished the triathlon 2 years ago, and I had a bronze medal, right? It was like a bronze medal. And Matthew had gotten up. He was 6 years old, maybe 5, but 5 or 6. And when I finished, Matthew was so excited. They had all created the sign, Go Mommy, was each of the 3 kids. One was Go, one was Mom, and the other was Dash, and me, right, okay? And Matthew looked at me when I came across the finish line. I was exhausted. And he says, you didn't win? You didn't get the gold? And I said, oh gosh, right? So it was hysterical, okay? And then last year, well, this year we just did it again, and this year we did it, and I was slow as ever, right? Slow as ever, okay? And at each marking point, so I get out of the water, and there's Matthew. You go, Mom. You're the best Iron Mom. You're best. I'm the best, okay? And then I'm biking, slow as forever, okay? And then I see Matthew, and he's like, you're the best. You're the best Iron Mom, right? And then at the finish line, I come in, and so you've got to, even if you've been slow, you got to run through the finish, okay? And so I run through the finish, and Matthew's like, you're the best Iron Mom ever, right? And what I've learned as it relates to my children is that I am the best Iron Mom ever. I am. And that's the only thing that matters. And what it is for him is it's a self-care piece. So whenever I said, I could be in the car and say, Matthew, I can't go that way. He said, you can do it, Mom. You're an Iron Mom. You're an Iron Mom. Iron Moms can do it, right? But it's self-care. Do you see how it's like I ran for me. I ran because I always wanted to learn to swim. But the translation to Matthew is that my mom is strong. She lives strong. She tries hard. My oldest son said to me, he said, Mom, I never saw you ride hard on a bike because we would always do the family trips, you know, like the, like that. Maybe you guys ride hard, but I think that's such a cool thing to give your children a different perspective of who you are as a mom, you know, beyond being able to cook for them and clean for them, but to empower them that, you know what, moms have a lot of different perspectives and roles in their lives, and it's a really cool thing. It's a really